back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another video and welcome back to another TBR bingo video, aka my favorite video to film every single month. If you have never been to a TBR bingo video before, thank you so much for stopping by. Basically what I do is I use a bingo ball cage to pick a ball. I use the number on that ball to correlate to a prompt, and I use that prompt to pick a book off of my TBR. I will leave the playlist up in the cards above and in the description box below if you want to go check out any previous installments of this game and familiarize yourself with the rules. But basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. This time around, this round of bingo, we are working for a reward for me. Sometimes it's a giveaway. That's not the case for this round, but I'm excited to get closer and closer to a bingo as we continue to play. Of course, I'm going to go over all of the books that I was supposed to read last month and show you how I did, and then we'll get into the spins and everything for this month. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first book that I have is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. This was for an author I've read from before, but it was also my primary TBR jar pull. I have not read this one yet, but I'm filming this on the 19th of April, and I will definitely be reading this one next, so I have no problems finishing this one before the month is over. For a spicy book, I chose Make Me Hate You by Candy Steiner, and I did read this. For a 5+ word title, I chose A Cruel and Fated Light by Ashley Shuttleworth, and I did read this. For a paranormal book, I chose Damien by Jacqueline Frank, and I did read that. For random prompt ×2, I chose 2 books for TBR Jar. I chose A Marvelous Light by Faye Romarsky, and I soft DNF'd this, as well as Wild is the Witch by Rachel Griffin, and I did read this. For FOMO, I chose Praise by Sarah Kate, and I did read this. For 23 and 2023, I chose The Legacy by Elle Kennedy, and I did read this. For a random color generator, I chose An Optimist's Guide to Heartbreak by Jennifer Hartman, and I did read this. For a random letter generator, I chose Only One Forever by Natasha Madison, and I did read this. For a tarot card, I chose There Is No Devil by Sophie Lark, and I did read this. And last but of course not least, I have 2022 released, and I chose Gallows Bridge by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti, and I did read that. Love dropping books on the floor. Okay, it was a smashing success for April, so I'm very excited for May. Without further ado, let's go into our TBR jar pull, our series jar pull, as well as our dice roll. All right, guys, as you guys know, it's time for the coveted TBR jar, the one that haunts me every single month, but I still do it every single month. So let's go ahead and shake it up. Ooh, they almost came flying out. And pick one. The stress is for realsies. Let's see. We have A Dowry of Blood. Not what I was, can I get my finger out of the way, please? Not what I was expecting, but I'm excited to read it. Alrighty, as you guys saw, for my TBR jar pull, I picked A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. This is a book that came in a Fairy Loot adult box. I am very excited to get around to it. I've heard nothing but good things. It wasn't really one I wanted to read in the spring. This is more of a fall book for me, but it came up. It is on my list of subscription box books to read this year, and it's definitely one that I'm intrigued by. I believe it has to do with Dracula's Bride. I know it is technically a romance, but it's also kind of a horror novel. So I'm curious to see what I think of it. A lot of my friends that I've read it have loved it, so I'm excited for that. All right, we're going to shake things up a little bit this month. I'm going to pull out of another jar, which is my series continuation jar. This is filled with series that I have started and still need to complete. So let's shake it up. Not that it really matters because I don't move around that much. Stick our little fingers in and grab one. I'm nervous. I'm always nervous when I pick blind like this. Okay. We got The Four Horsemen by Laura Thalassa. Okay, I'll make that work. And then for my series continuation jar, I pulled Famine by Laura Thalassa. This is the third book in the Four Horsemen series, sorry. I'm excited to get around to this one. I did start it previously and never got around to finishing it, but it's just because I started it in the middle of a TBR and just didn't have time to actually read it. But I am excited to move on with this series. This is one that I'm hoping to finish this year, so hopefully I can do so. This series follows the Four Horsemen coming down to Earth to wreak havoc and the women that they fall in love with. It's pretty formulaic from what I can remember, but I'm intrigued about book 3. All right, those are all the random things getting pulled out of jars, but without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the dice. Okay, here we go. Dice roll number 1. 19. This happened to me last month. I don't like these dice right about now. All right, here we go. Roll number 2. 11. I'll take it. All right, 11 spins. Not too bad. I was hoping for a bigger number, so I think that 11 is perfect. Not as big as 19. There's no way I'm doing that, but 11 I think is a good number. So without further ado, spin number 1. B14. Oh, I always love B14, and that is Mom Pick. All right, kicking off our 11 spins, we have 14, and that is Mom Pick. And I gave my mom a lot of different choices, and she, alongside my sister, ended up picking The Naked Fisherman by Jewel E. Ann. I got this one in a bell box, and I'm very excited to get around to this author. I've heard nothing but good things about their work. I had never heard of them before I received them in a bell box, and then I started hearing about them like a million times after receiving the book, and I'm excited to give it a go. It's short. It shouldn't take me too long. It is just under 300 pages. So actually just under 250 pages. It's a relatively short book. I am excited to give it a go. It is the first book in a series, so I'll be starting more series, but I'm excited for it nonetheless. And these books have literally no synopsis on the back. It just says, you deserve to have your breath taken away every day. And that's it. So I'm going in pretty blind. Alrighty, spin number 2. N45. N45 is bought secondhand. Spin number 2 got us 45, and that is a book that I bought secondhand, if it will focus. And for that, I chose Six of Crows by, what's her name? Leigh Bardugo. Jesus Christ. This is a reread for me, but I do want to reread the first book in order to complete out the duology with Crooked Kingdom. So this is definitely one that's been on my list for the last couple months, and I have not been able to squeeze it on a TBR, so I'm excited to get around to this one. This one follows 6 thieves, led by Kaz Brecker, one of the most well-known characters in YA, I feel like, and I'm excited to get back into this world. From what I can remember, it left off in a cliffhanger, so I'm not sure why I never got back to the series, but I am excited to get back into this world. Spin number 3. G57. G57 is contemporary. Spin number 3 is 57, and that is contemporary. And for this, I chose a contemporary romance, and I chose Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is a book that I have been so anticipating, highly anticipating. My friend Karina, my lovely friend Karina, read this one and loved it. So I'm very excited to get around to this one. Hopefully I can read both of the books in the series. Well, the first 2 books in the series this month if I can squeeze the other one in, but we shall see. This is a cowboy romance. It'll be my very first foray into cowboy romances that are, you know, not like mass markets. So I'm excited to give this one a go. Hopefully I love it, but I've heard nothing but good things. So far so good. Spin number 4. We got I-27. I-27 is TBR Steel with a shiny pink heart. Spin number 4 got us 27, and that is TBR Steel. I honestly thought this one was going to be harder than it was, but then I remembered that all of my friends are buddy reading this book, so it's on all of their TBRs. 2 of them having booktube channels, 1 other having a Bookstagram account, so I feel like I'm easily stealing this off of one of their TBRs, and that is Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. I got this one in a bell box as well, and I'm very excited to read it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I know it's small town romantic suspense, I'm pretty sure. I've heard good things about this author, but I have yet to read any of their work, so hopefully I really enjoy this one, and I'm pretty sure that we're getting more Devney Perry in a bell box rather soon, so I'm intrigued to read her work before I get some more and see what I think of it. Spin number 5. I-17. I swear this prompt haunts me every month. I-17 is TBR Jar. Spin number 5, we just can't get away from it. 17 is TBR Jar. I feel like this thing is literally haunting me. But we're back. We're back with TBR Jar once again. So here we go. I hate not having, it's upside down. I hate not having a say in what I read, you know? I mean, I love it, but I hate it at the same time. I love the chaos, but also give me more choices. Thank you very much. We have A Little Bit Country. This is a queer romance. I'm actually not mad about that, so hopefully I can get to that one. Let me pull it. Okay, here we have A Little Bit Country. This is by Brian D. Kennedy. This is a book that Clint absolutely loved last year and told me that I absolutely had to read it, so I decided to pick myself up a copy. I literally don't know anything about it other than Clint recommended it, and that was enough for me to go out and buy it. We have Emmett and Luke, country music. Oh, hates country music. Wants to be the biggest country music's gay pop star. Okay, this sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. Hopefully I love it. Sign me up. Okay, we're past the halfway point because we're down to 10 spins, so spin number 6. B9. First one on the board for the day. B9 is Number in the Title. Up next we have 9, and that is Number in the Title. I'm stretching this one a little bit, I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm trying to get more books off of my spring TBR, and that is Once Upon a Broken Heart. I feel like once is a number. Once. I'm making it work. It's my game, my rules. If you don't like it, I am so sorry for you. I have no idea what this is about, to be honest with you. I was supposed to read Caraval before I read this one, but the opportunity has arisen. Sure. And I'm excited to get to it. I think there is a prince and 3 kisses, and those kisses don't go as planned. The wishes that you get with the kisses don't go as planned, and I'm excited to see the chaos that the story is going to bring. I believe the 3rd book is coming out soon, so, you know, another series, but I'm excited. Spin number 7. O67. O67 is non-binary or non-gender specific. Up next, we have 67, and that is non-binary or non-gender specific author. And for that, I chose The Tea Dragon Festival by Kay O'Neill. Kay O'Neill is a non-binary author, and I'm very excited to get around to the second book in the series. I have had it on my list of series to read for quite some time, and I just need to get to it. It's a fun, easy, cozy read, and it should not take me too long, so hopefully I can get to this one. This baby is big. She's tall, but I'm excited to get around to this. Spin number 8. I-19. I-19 is special edition. 19 is special edition, which is perfect because I'm trying to read more special editions because I get a lot of them and I need to be better about reading them. So I went to pick up The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon. This is a book that is on my spring TBR, one that I really want to get to. It's been on my list for quite some time, so I'm hoping that I love it. This is House on the Cerulean Sea meets You Got Mail. You right? Was I right about that? Yes. And so I'm excited to get around to this. It's supposed to be a adult fantasy rom-com, so yes, please. Spin number 9. Lots of I's today. I-24. I-24 is another one on the board. I knew it was too easy. I-24 is roll the dice with a heart, 1 extra spin. There was no way that our luck could stay as it was. 24 got us roll the dice, but also an extra roll, so we're back up to 11. It just be like that. That's okay. And I have a clip of me rolling the dice because I didn't want to do it sitting here in this position, so roll the clip. Okay, this is going to be for roll the dice. I have 6 books out on the floor. I'm going to roll a dice and see which one I get. Book 1 is King of Wrath. Book 2, Be the Girl by K.A. Tucker. Book 3, The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. Book 4, Spells for Forgetting. Book 5, The Night and Its Moon. Book 6, The Kingmaker. Oh, that's the wrong book. No, that's the right one. The Kingmaker by L. Kennedy. 5 of these books are on my spring TBR. This is the last month for spring TBR books, so I'm trying to get as many as possible. And this one I just want to read. So we're going to roll the dice, 600 dice, and see what we get. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spells for Forgetting. And as you saw, that got us Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. Ooh, what do you know? Another book on my spring TBR. I'm excited to get to this one. I love the sprayed edges on this. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is a cozy fantasy murder mystery. I've heard good things about it so far, so I'm excited to give it a whirl. I have not, have I read from Adrienne Young in the past? I don't think I have. I think she's the author of Fable. I do own the book, but I haven't read it, so we shall see. Hopefully I can get to this. Hopefully I love it. I'm excited. Spin number 10. Oh, 74. 74 is Blindfold. Our next spin got us 74, and that is Blindfold. I do be liking this prompt, but I always struggle to figure out how exactly I'm going to figure out how to blindfold myself and pick a book because my books are very, very organized at this point. Before it was easier when I had colored shelves because everything was more separated, but my romances are over there, my fantasies are over here. I have them very well separated, so I know what's on the shelves. So I figured I would pick out a whole bunch of paperback romances that I'm very excited to read, and I'm going to mix them up, pick a random number, and then I'm going to pick whatever number that is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. I'm going to mix them, close my eyes, mix them. It's really, really hard to do that. And I feel like they're all self-published for the most part, so they all kind of feel the same as well, so I have no idea. How many did I say there were? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6, okay. Let's see. I'm hoping for one in particular, but I will be happy with any of them. So I'm going to pick 2. Okay. If I just picked one down, I would have got the one I wanted. Damn it. And I picked Anarchy by Tate James. This is the second book in the Hades series. I have been wanting to read this. Actually, my friends are reading this month anyways, so it worked out. I need to read this one this month, but this is a reread for me, so it's not necessarily a huge priority because I have already read the series, but I adore Tate James, as you guys know, so I am not mad about picking this one. And this particular series is a Why Choose romance that is very much like mafia style, very dark, very twisted, a lot of trigger warnings. It is the second book in this world, the Shadow Grove world, the first one being Madison Kate. Hades is like this badass female character that we just love to love. And I'm excited for book 2. So I'm glad it got picked. Wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I'm happy about it anyways. And what is possibly our last and final spin for the month? Spin number 11. Oh, whoa. B10. Of course not. B10 is TBR game with another heart. Alrighty, our next spin got us 10, and of course, we couldn't wrap it up easily. We have TBR game, but it's also an extra spin, so it just, it be like that. I have these TBR cards here. They are tarot cards from Fairy Loot. I'm going to use this as my TBR game today. I did do this last month, but I need to make this easy for myself. I've been filming for quite some time, and I need to get back to my family. So we're going to just make it easy. We're going to put some intentions in and pick a card. I will leave my playlist of people that play TBR tarot cards down in the description box below if you want to go check them out. But yeah, here we go. I'm always feeling like picking the black ones, I think because they're more new, and I quite honestly prefer the prompts, so I think I might choose a black one once again. I'm going to just spread them out. I'm thinking this one. The Tower. Okay, the Tower is buildings on the cover, and y'all, I'm so fucking excited because guess what's on the cover of King of Wrath? Buildings. They're barely there, but they're there. Y'all, I could freaking cry. I also could have chose, does it hurt? I feel like a lighthouse is a building, but we're going with King of Wrath. This is a book that I have been wanting to read for so long, but I've been putting it off because my friends have been wanting to read it in May. And I didn't want to wait that long, but I had to. So here we are. I'm so excited. This is the first book in Anna Huang's new romance series. I believe it's set in the same world as the Twisted series because this follows a character that we met in that series. And I'm very excited. I don't know what it's about. I don't care. I'm very excited to read it. All right, I don't want to jinx it. Spin number 12. B6. All right, we don't have any more spins, but of course, B6 is a punishment. These books will self-destruct. All right, and our last and final prompt was, of course, a 6, a punishment. These books will self-destruct, and the book I chose was Ember of Night by Molly E. Lee. I've had this one on my shelf for a very, very long time. I picked it up randomly at a Target. Never heard of it before. Really liked the cover. I liked the synopsis. I picked it up. I have not read it yet. I'm hoping I like it because I don't buy books very often without knowing what they're about. Usually I've heard somebody say something about it, but I've literally never heard anybody talk about this book. So hopefully I enjoy it. There is a second and third book out in this series now. So again, another series, but 'tis part of the reading world. I'm going to try it. Hopefully I love it. And then if I do love it, I can continue on with another wonderful series. So that is the last and final book on my TBR. Alrighty, that is everything for this month's TBR. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know if you read any of the books I talked about today and what you thought of them. Also, feel free to let me know what books you're planning on reading the month of May. I would be happy to chat with you in the comments. But that is the end of this long video, I'm sure. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And of course, leave any comments, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Baby, turn it down like a sweet and ready. Go slow, keep it nice and steady. Know that you've been keeping patience.